So welcome back to our channel, and today I did my go-to makeup routine for you guys. This look I've been loving so much. I've been doing this makeup look for at least over a year, probably like 2 years now. I feel like I've been really like into like a super minimal makeup routine, and when I say minimal I mean my version of that. Like, I don't really like the super intense over the top makeup looks like I used to love. I appreciate them, but I really like, for me personally, just on myself, like this kind of makeup look. Every product is something that I've been using for a long time. Nothing is brand new. These are literally my go-to Holy Grail products. So if you guys want to see how I get my go-to makeup routine, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so my first step is going to be foundation, and I'm going to be using the foundation that I cannot stop using. This has been my Holy Grail for like the past like 6 to 8 months. I love this foundation. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and this is in the color Marquise Medium Deep 5. So I love this foundation. If you guys have oily skin, you're gonna love it. I usually just put it on my hand first, the back of my hand, and kind of spread it out and then go in with the Beauty Blender. And this is like a medium to full coverage foundation. I love how thin the consistency is, and I like to do like that, like pat it on the back of my hand, kind of warm it up a little, and then start going in with the Beauty Blender, because I like the coverage of the Beauty Blender the most, just because it's not too cakey, but I also feel like it gives you enough coverage to where you want to cover up like dark spots or blemishes. And this color oxidizes really well. Some foundation colors I've had in the past don't oxidize well like into my skin tone, but this one does really good. And I do have like dark spots like from post breakouts and stuff, and this does a really good job of covering that up without having to apply too much. And if you guys are wondering about primer or anything, I do not like to use primer. I found that over the years that it doesn't really make a huge difference for me personally, like for my skin. Some people love primer, but it just doesn't really make a huge difference to me. And I found that just a good morning skincare routine does the job for me. Like if you're using a really good moisturizer, sunscreen in the morning, then you're probably good. You don't really need a primer, and it's just an extra step, and it's the extra product to have to buy for like your everyday routine, you know? I also like to get my ears. I'm gonna be honest, I only get my ears when I'm wearing my hair back, like I am today. Get the neck. This foundation has a really like thin, watery consistency, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been a huge fan of like full coverage foundations in the past, but I have always been uncomfortable with the way they feel on my skin, especially like after like 2-3 hours. I just want to take it right off because it's not comfortable, you know? Speaking of skincare, like the key to perfect makeup, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I don't care like how expensive the products you use are, like how high-end, how good they are. If your skin is not, you know, where it needs to be, like in a good state, if it's not healthy, if it's not, you know, clean, like wash your face before you do your makeup. If you don't have like a good, you know, skincare routine, like if you're not taking good care of your skin, your makeup is not gonna look the best. I know this firsthand because when I used to get like really bad breakouts and try to cover it up with makeup, you can't really cover texture and, you know, like raised blemishes, like active acne. So taking care of your skin is extremely essential to perfect makeup. That's like my #1 tip when it comes to having like a flawless, you know, makeup routine. Skincare first. And I will eventually do an updated like morning skincare routine and an actual nighttime skincare routine. I don't think I've done a nighttime skincare routine in years, so I should probably do that for you guys. Let me know if you want to see either one of those skincare routines. Like, should I do it combined into one video, or should I do 2 separate videos? I don't know yet. And even though this is matte, I feel like it still gives your skin like that glow. If you guys can see, like the glow is still giving my skin, because I don't want it to look like too powdery, because I'm gonna add powder anyway. So the next step is concealer, and this concealer I'm obsessed with. So this is called the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. This is in the color Maple, and I love this one for underneath my eyes. I don't really use this concealer anywhere else just because I like to let the foundation do the rest of the work for me, and I only like this for under my eyes. And also, if I need to like correct any other areas like around the mouth, I'll hit that with some powder and it kind of blends everything together nicely, like evenly. Sometimes I do my forehead and my nose, or I will just use this amount. I won't go in with extra product just because I don't feel like, you know, I need it. So I'm just gonna blend this underneath the eyes. And like I said, I might add some on my forehead like that, and then on my nose, but I'm just using this actual amount of product because I feel like that just distributes like a nice perfect even amount instead of applying too much. Again, this is like my go-to look, so I don't like to do too much, especially if you're in a rush. The less steps the better, you know. And I'm just gonna go underneath the eye, and then that's where I'll go around my mouth. You can't see like a huge difference, but I feel like it just helps everything come together. And for me, the main reason why I like to use concealer is just to brighten the under eye, if I'm being honest. I don't really like to highlight the whole face too much. That's why I just use like a tiny bit. Okay, so the next step is gonna be powder. And depending on where I'm going, like how long I'm gonna be wearing makeup, I will bake my powder, like let it sit for a few minutes while I do other things, or I'll just go ahead and blend it into the skin. Right now, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and bake. And when I say bake, I mean lightly. I don't use like a lot. Even though it is better to use more powder if you're gonna be wearing your makeup longer. But if you're gonna be wearing it like a couple of hours, then you don't need a lot. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. So I like the medium deep one. If you guys have my skin tone, like if you're, you know, a woman of color, I do think this is the better option. Or you can also mix the two. I also do that sometimes for under my eyes, just depends on how I'm feeling. So you can mix the medium deep and the original translucent. So I'm just gonna go under the eye like that, around the mouth, everywhere I put the concealer. And I love this medium deep color because I feel like it complements the foundation really well also. Sometimes I feel like the original can be a little too light and it just takes too long to mesh well with my skin tone. I really like the medium deep one. I feel like they took too long to come out with this color though. Also gonna hit my neck as well because I want to set that from the foundation also. So I'm also gonna go in with one more powder. I do this sometimes, not all the time, but I like to do this step right before I move on to my brows. And that is this powder from Laura Mercier. This is the Invisible Loose Setting Powder. So it's a lighter color, like the original, but it's more like finely milled. I think that's how you say it. So that's even too much. I don't even need all that. So I'm gonna go in with a different beauty blender, and I'm gonna go in under the eye, but like right in the corners, like right there. And that's gonna like brighten the eye a little bit more. Yeah, like that. And I'm also gonna go here as well. See, I didn't even need that much, so I'm gonna put it back in the container. Okay, so next I'm gonna move on to my brows, and I have been religiously using the same brow products for a while. I used to be a huge Anastasia fan, but I wanted to switch it up, and I wanted to start using the Benefit brow products, and I've been committed to these for quite a while just because they've been working really well. So I like the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So this one is like the one with like the pointy kind of packaging, and I like the color number 4. I used to use the color number 6. Honestly, I use both of them, but 6 is a lot darker. This one is just a little bit more natural. 6, you have to use a lot lighter of a hand, so I don't always use 6, but 4 is my first choice. And then I like to clean it up with this concealer from Laura Mercier that I've been using for almost a decade, honestly, just for this step. This is like my favorite concealer to clean up my brows. And this is the Secret Concealer in the color 6. This says it's for under eyes, but I like it just to clean up my brows. And the brush that I use to clean up my brows is the Anastasia number 20 brush, because I like that it has the spoolie side and it has like this, like, you know, little cleanup side. I don't know what to call this, but I love this brush. So I'm gonna just brush my brows up. I don't have to spend too much time on my brows like I used to. Also, because I did get my brows microbladed like some years ago, and the microblading has completely gone away, but I still have some shading left. And I'm trying to wait until the shading goes away until I can get my brows redone. So yeah, I'm just gonna comb them up with the spoolie side, and then that's when I'll go in and like shape them. So it's really hard to explain the way I do my brows. I like to elongate them just a little bit in the front and at the end. So I feel like it's more self-explanatory, it's better to watch. So I always start at the front and then just kind of go from there. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in and continue setting the powder. Sometimes I'll sweep it away, and then other times I will like melt it into the skin. And if you have oily skin, it's better to actually just pat it in, like work it in until it's completely like melted in. Because if you sweep it away, your oils will come through faster. Sweeping it away is okay if you're not gonna be wearing your makeup as long. So this is my right after brow step, and then we'll move on to bronzer. And I know it looks really powdery right now, but I promise you guys, like in 2 hours, I will have the dew from the Lord. I promise you, because my oils will start creeping and seeping through before I know it. So I have to start out my makeup like this. I have to set it like this in order for me to get like the longest lasting makeup look. And if I like put like a bunch of glowy products on my face first, then I'll look like a huge grease ball, and that's just not cute. And I don't really mind the matte look. I'm a huge fan of like 90s makeup. I like a little bit of glow just on the cheeks, but again, that's gonna naturally come through because I'm blessed with oily skin. Okay, so next step is gonna be bronzer. And I like to use some kind of brush that's like tapered on the side, but still a little fluffy. So I like a mixture of fluffy and tapered. This is just a really old e.l.f. brush. It's called a complexion brush. And the bronzer I love to use, this is my favorite one. This is from Fenty Beauty. And this is the Sunstalker and the color Mocha Mommy. Yeah, Mocha Mommy. This is my favorite one. I love the warmth that it gives my skin, and I also kind of double it as like a blush as well. And it gives my skin like this really pretty like warmth to it. And it brings like the face makeup together really nicely. And for me, I like to double it as a blush because like I said, y'all, the less steps, the better for me. I haven't been into like the really like super intense makeup look for a while, and I've just been embracing like the more, my version of a more natural look. Also, I like to get my nose a little bit, and this is when I kind of go into my eyes. If I don't want to do like any kind of eye look, then I'll stop here and just go straight to mascara. But if I do, I'll kind of let this be like my crease eyeshadow. So I'll just go in my eye crease like that. I don't do anything like super fancy. And then If I want to define it a little more, I'll go in with an actual like eyeshadow brush. And also for me, with my face makeup, the key for me to knowing that I have like a good foundation is if it doesn't cover my mole. So as you can see, you can still see my mole there. It's a little bit covered, but I've used foundations in the past where you literally can't even see a little bit of it. So if it doesn't cover my mole, that's a good sign. The next step, I always like to go and highlight my lids a little as well, just to kind of balance everything out. And I'll go in with this palette from Art. I love this eyeshadow palette. It's just full of matte neutrals, which is my go-to. Y'all know me, I love mattes. And I love the formula of these. They blend really, really well. They're nicely textured and they're not like chalky, which I hate. So I'm just gonna go in with the second color, which is that one. And I'm gonna go over my lid with that. Just blend it with that bronzer color also. And I'm also gonna hit my brow bone as well to balance everything out. Again, this is not like a super defined like eye look. It's literally like just me slapping eyeshadow over my eye. That's how easy I like this routine to be. Just gonna pat that on, sweep it across my lid, and apply a little bit more bronzer on the crease. Sometimes I'll use one of these browns in this palette too. Again, depends on how I'm feeling. But again, it's always the same variation of colors, like warm. Next, I'm gonna move on to mascara. And before I move on to mascara, I'm gonna define the eyes a little bit more on the sides with a little bit of medium deep translucent powder, because that's just what I feel like right now. So just gonna go like that and kind of clean everything up on the sides. Then kind of bouncing it off the skin, as you guys can see. Sorry if you guys can hear rain. It's currently raining, which is why I'm using this kind of lighting in my bathroom today. I was gonna use daylight, but then I looked out the window and God was like, no. So I have a ring light here, and I hope this is still good enough for you guys, because I really wanted to film this for you guys today. Okay, so the next step is gonna be mascara. I've been loving wearing mascara only these days. One, because lashes can look kind of extra with like a very minimal, like neutral look. And also I'm lazy. And then third, mascara looks better when you take care of your lashes. So like once or twice a week, I'll just use like castor oil on my lashes, and my lashes have been doing really well. And it just looks better. I love the mascara look, because no one else seems to love just mascara. Sometimes it just looks too much. It looks like spiders on your eyes when it's just too much. It's just so extra, and it's just not for me. They're necessary sometimes. I do still like them. They're just not my preference for like a nice everyday simple look, you know? So the first mascara I'm gonna go in with is this Lancome Idol Lash. Love this one. And it kind of has like the rubbery bristles. And I really, really like that because it does a really good job at separating my lashes. So this is gonna be my first coat. And then the next mascara I'm gonna go in with is from Kevyn Aucoin. And this is the Indecent Mascara. I love this. This one is also really nice. And this wand is more like bristly, and it's more clumpy, if that makes sense, but clumpy in a good way. You want a good clump to add more volume. So I think the second mascara should be like more volumizing, and the first one should be like separating and lengthening. But I love this step because it gives the lashes the extra volume. And sometimes I only put it like at the end of the lashes, like on the outside, and just have like that kind of like cat-like effect. Or you can do the whole lash. So it depends on how I'm feeling again. And then you don't need this third mascara. I just like to add it. This is also from Lancome. This is their big mascara. This one is also more bristly, but it doesn't have a tapered one. It's just like straight across. Okay, I like to let that dry because next I'm gonna go in with my bottom mascara, which is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is the best lower lash mascara that you guys will ever try. I highly recommend this one. If you've never tried it, you need to, because it's just a game changer for your lower lashes. So, I'm gonna use that. I don't like to go directly to my lower lashes yet because like I said, if I do, I feel like some mascara will get like on my lids or like on the eyeshadow, or even when I'm not wearing eyeshadow, the mascara will transfer if I don't let it dry first. So this is what the one looks like on the MAC mascara. I love how skinny it is. It just fits perfectly into your lower lashes. And I don't like to apply eyeshadow on my lower lash, only if I'm doing like an extra look, like that's an actual look, not something that's like simple. I just like mascara on the bottom. And I think it makes the eyes look more open. So I'm gonna show you guys one of my lip combos today that I love, I go to a lot. And I also had foundation on my lips. So I'm gonna also wipe that off. Some people like to conceal their lip just to create like a nice blank canvas. But I don't care about all that, so. And I like to go in with a brown lip liner first. So that's always my first step. And this is Crucifix by Kat Von D. This is one of my favorite brown lip liners. The KKW brown one is also really good. This is just the one I want to use today. So I always like to start in the middle of my lips and then go up on each side. And I typically overline just the middle part of the bottom and then the middle part of the top. So I don't just line the lips, I go in a little bit more because I'm gonna blend it out with the next lip shade that I'm gonna use. So next has been like a really crucial step in my lip routine. And this is from Buxom. I don't even know if they sell this product anymore, but I've been using it for years and years and years. So this is the Buxom True Nude Lip Foundation in the color Bear. And it's pretty much like a lipstick in like a pencil looking form. It's like a pencil crayon lipstick hybrid. I don't even know how to describe this, but you can like roll it up. And I'm so sorry if they don't sell this anymore, but I'm sure you can use like a lip liner that's similar to this color. KKW has like so many variations of this kind of shade. So I'm gonna go in the middle with that color and kind of, okay, so I just messed up there. We're gonna fix it, it's all right. And I'm gonna rub my lips together like so, but I'm also gonna use my finger and kind of pat that in and mix it into the lip liner. So as you can see, it's creating kind of an ombre effect. And I might have added too much. Usually I don't put that much. And sometimes I may add like a little bit more brown to get the brown to come back, like on the corners, like that. The next shade is a very similar color. Speaking of KKW Beauty, this is my favorite lipstick to use. I'm not a huge fan of lipsticks. I'm more of a liquid lipstick kind of girl, but I love this shade so much. So this is from KKW Beauty in the color Peach 4. It has a lot of like brown on it because I've mixed it with so many things. So this is what it looks like. It's like this perfect peach color. I love this lipstick. So I'm gonna go in the center of my lips with that and just kind of dab it in. And it's like the prettiest, most perfect peach for darker skin tones. And then last but not least, I like to go in with a gloss. Sometimes I'll leave it matte. Like especially if I'm gonna be going like out in the wind, like if it's really windy, I'll skip the gloss because that gets annoying, especially with your hair sticking to the gloss. So sometimes I like to keep it matte, but my preference is gloss. If you guys don't know me, I've been obsessed with gloss since I was a little girl. I love lip gloss. My favorite one to use with this kind of lip combo is also from Buxom. And this is in the color Hot Toddy. I've been using this color for years. So I'm just gonna go on over the top of that. This is probably my favorite lip gloss because it has a really nice cooling effect too. So I really like that, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be plumping. It's a tad bit sticky, but it lasts a really long time. So that's my favorite part about it, and the longer it's on the lips, the better it looks. So I'm obsessed with this. Again, this is Hot Toddy from Buxom, and this is their, what are these called? Full on only lip creams. They say creams because the pigment is quite pigmented, but it's a gloss within like a cream finish. See, as you guys can see, like it creates like a really nice peachy effect with the other colors that I applied to the lips. So I really just love this lip combo. Okay guys, so that wraps up this video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this makeup routine video. I've been loving this look lately. I feel like the more I evolve just as a person, my makeup taste is also evolving. So I feel like I'm not really liking the super intense makeup looks as much as I used to. I can still appreciate them, but not on me. You know what I mean? So I really been loving this makeup look. So you guys let me know, what has been like your go-to kind of makeup look? Do you like matte? Do you like glowy? Like, just let me know what you've been liking. Also, a list of all the products that I use down below, well, most of them that I can find, will be linked in the description box below. So if you guys are interested, then check the description box for the products. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.